Good evening, everyone, or good morning, or even good afternoon, wherever you are, and welcome and thank you for joining me. This is an online book launch, like a reading or a speech or whatever about a new book. And I am Angus Rorison, and I have written The Unfortunate Kingdom, which is the first book in the Sven Kingdoms series. So it is I guess you call it a fantasy book because it's made in a made-up world. And it features King Usurp there, you'll see at the table, holding his cup in front of you with a crown on at the end. And above him is his chef, Ogbar. Usurp goes around making an idiot of himself and offending everyone around him, and basically gets into a lot of trouble and hopes that his chef can help him out. And also we get to meet the chef's underlings in the palace kitchen. And the book is free on Amazon Kindle and Apple and Kobo and some other places as well. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about it, how it was made. So if you go to Amazon, for example, you will see two books that I've made. So the Uninvited Guest is like the previous version of The Unfortunate Kingdom. The Unfortunate Kingdom has more chapters, it has different cover, obviously, and it's the first in the series. The Uninvited Guest was only available on paperback. So I have previously done a book launch, a real one, with real people attending for The Uninvited Guest, where I talked about it, and as you see, it had some illustrations inside as well. So I made a PowerPoint presentation about it, and I did some readings, and I played the guitar and sang to people, and tried to make it a little bit different. And yes, there were some of the drawings that were inside it. They were done by Wiz, who is a lovely artist who lives on the Kent coast. She said that she's too old to do the rest of the series now. And so I decided to not go with the illustrations for the rest of the series, which I was writing at the time, and reorganise it so that I can release them pretty quickly, one after the other. And it's a humorous book, but it has another side as well. It has sort of darker side to it, and some intrigue and so on. And I just thought I wasn't going to go with the illustrations. So that book event went down very well. I had a nice little crowd in there. The manager at Waterstone said I had nearly as many as Philip Pullman at his first event there, which I'll take that. Yeah, it was cool. This was the Kent University paper that reviewed it, and said I was reinventing the book event because I did different things, like had an actual presentation and sang and played the guitar and stuff. So it was very nice. So, here we are. This is February 21. It's COVID lockdown, so this is online, and. But I'm still enjoying myself. I hope you are too. Right, so me, I was born down there in Zambia, down near the bottom of your screen there, and made my way to the UK when I was still quite young. And so what else am I into? I'm into Mervyn Peake, who did the Gormenghast trilogy. Really big inspiration for me and influence. Did a trilogy which was set in a palace and the kitchen as well as part of that. And like my books, there's no magic or dragons or wizards or what have you. It's a kind of medieval setting. And I really like Douglas Adams as well. I just grew up reading Douglas Adams because they're really funny and I love them. And that is a trilogy in 5 parts. Gormenghast is a trilogy in 3 parts, and Sven Kingdoms is a 4-part trilogy. Also really into Ursula Le Guin, Never really been sure what the proper pronunciation is. So The Wizard of Earthsea is her most famous book, which was written sometime before another famous book, but had the same premise in that there was a boy who discovered he was a wizard and was taken off to wizard school. So that became a bit of an influence over the Harry Potter series. But she writes all sorts, loads of great sci-fi and non-sci-fi books and all sorts. Just a fantastic writer. And another one, Isabel Allende from South America. She is called a magic realist writer. Sort of magic and paranormal stuff wends its way into the real world, as it were, which is a little bit like mine. There's a ghost and paranormal things happening. So another great inspiration for me was the thing that's sort of possibly responsible for me becoming a musician and a writer. I found this record by Linton Kwesi Johnson when I was about 9 at home, and I think it was either my brother's or our lodger, and I just loved the way the rhythm and of this music and the writing and the way it was set out there as a letter on the back, because it is a letter from someone who was falsely arrested and beaten up by the police from prison to his mother, and I'm going to play you just a minute of that.
Brixton Prison, Jebac, London Southwest to England. Dear Mama, good day. I hope that when these few lines reach you, they may find you in the best of health. Mama, I really don't know how to tell you this, cause I did make a solemn promise to take care of little Jim and try my best to look out for him. Mama, I really did try my best, but nonetheless, I'm sorry to tell you, sir, poor little Jim get hers. It was the middle of the rush hour.
There we go. Just a little bit of Sonny's Letter by Linton Kwesi Johnson, and as you might be able to see there, the way it's written is in the it's sort of, as you read it, you get the Jamaican accent and the words coming out. So you'd get something like "I'm not thief, not even a button." So, translation: excuse me, officer, but I think you'll find I am not a thief. I haven't stolen so much as a button. So I really like writing in accents as well and bringing across that, the real way people speak in the writing. So I wrote this series of books basically on the train as I was commuting, and there is me really writing the book. Nah, fake news. It's a friend took that photo as me posing, but in truth I did actually write quite a bit of it, sitting down on the floor in crowded commuter trains going between my home and the south of London to work. Plenty of time to stare out the window and imagine, and I came up with the Sven Kingdoms itself. And I'm not a great drawer, so I used some free software to do that. There is another video I made on the Sven Kingdoms maps so far. Yes, it is the Sven Kingdoms, not the Seven Kingdoms, even though there are 7 kingdoms there. And true story, the day before I was due to send off to get first proof copy of The Uninvited Kingdom, as it was then, my wife and I settled down to watch the first episode of Game of Thrones, because everyone said, you have to watch Game of Thrones. What, you haven't seen it? Everyone's seen it. So we sat down to watch it. And the very first thing that happens, of course, is the music, and it scrolls across this map of the 7 kingdoms. And I was like, what? But I am the 7 kingdoms guy. I've thought of the 7 kingdoms 15 years ago. So outraged, I thought, well, too late now, I'm going to have to change it. So I thought, I'll have some fun with this. I'll call it the Sven Kingdoms, founded by the magnificent Sven himself 1,000 years before our tale is told. And there we have it. So the story is set in the middle there in Hughesles, which is surrounded by its richer, more powerful neighbours, and is unfortunate enough to have Usurp become its king. He's not the king at the start, so slight plot spoiler there. He starts off as a prince, but he does become king. And there is Hughesles close-up, which is used in The Unfortunate Kingdom. That is the colour version. And there is Hughesles with its swamps, where Ogbar the chef comes from, and Gavara, where all the rebels are, and so on. Right, so that is the paperback, full paperback spread cover. The paperback's coming out very, very soon, but it won't be free. Amazon don't do free paperbacks. So what you usually do is one does a reading of these things, read a little bit of the book. I wasn't going to, because I thought, well, it's free, just go and get it and read it yourself. But I will read you a little bit. And there's a chapter called The Awesome Power of a Fully Operational Chef. And this is where some of the minor characters come in and they discuss their boss, Ogbar. As the kitchen staff huddled in their ball of relative comfort at the end of the day, they would discuss local events and gossip. The palace, and the kitchen in particular, were their entire world. Most had not left for years, some never. They had no other home or family beyond the thick walls that covered them like a grey shroud, at once protecting them from whatever evils lay beyond, but also imprisoning them at the mercy of whatever lay within, good or bad. "And he never sleeps too," squeaked a voice from one corner of the great hay-strewn cupboard that they all slept in. "At night, that's when he squeezes the scrap metal into cannonballs for the gunners," piped up another. "He don't do it for the gunners," replied Myrtle in a distinctive, twangy voice. "He does it for fun," and she let out a mischievous, tiny chuckle, coming somewhere from her warped sense of humour, born from her experience of living by herself, killing and stealing to eat and be warm. The last crackles of the fire in the kitchen next door were faintly audible, the embers sending a weak orange glow across the bundle of young faces. "But," started Colin, and then stopped, as if afraid, which he often was. After a pause, Myrtle had had enough of waiting. "But what, Colin? Spit it out, you blubberer. We knows what you're going to say." Colin didn't stand up for himself. It was pointless. "Well, will he protect us from—" "I can feel it looking over me shoulder sometimes," said one of the under-chefs, Hammy, usually known as a chopper since they spent most of the day chopping meat and vegetables. "Yeah, and when I get back to me chopping board, me knife's gone and all," added a second chopper. "It's a liberty, gets me in proper trouble with the boss. And his spirit knows nothing about cooking. It puts vinegar in the cheese sauce, tut-tut," added Frank. "I don't know which is scarier, the boss or the ghost," replied Hammy. "The ghost," started Myrtle. "He'll eat you in your sleep, he'll—" "Oh, shut up, Myrtle," replied several voices, while most others shuddered and pulled their meagre blankets closer to their chins. "Yes," said Edna firmly. "He'll protect us. Whatever it is out there, he'll sort it out. Send it away. Nothing gets past Ogbar." There were many rumours and tales of the doings of Ogbar, all adding to the mystery, the legend that surrounded him. "He's as good as an old army. He carried out 9 guards from the kitchen once, in one hand. I saw it, because he used the other hand to open the door. It was his chicken, right, still alive, clucking on the work surface. He didn't even have to chop it. He just looks at it, stares at it, and it drops down, dead. I never seen him use the knife sharpener. He just uses his teeth, scrapes the knife along 'em. You know the new tower, the western one, where them washerwomen are? It's called the Laundry, you numpty." "Yeah, that one. But no, they had to knock down the old tower, didn't they?" "Well, they didn't use no hammers or ramrods. It were him, weren't it? The chef. He done it. With his bare hands." They all paused in awe of the thought that their master was capable of tearing down a stone tower by himself. Whether it was true or just another local legend didn't really matter. But it's true. He never sleeps. He is always there watching. There we are. Oh, no, that one. There we go. Right, and slideshow. Okay, so there we are. There's the book, a little reading from it, and as I say, it's free on Amazon. Let me show you. You can go to my website to get some more information. If you haven't got hold of another free book, this is a prequel novella. Prequel in the sense of it's set in the same world, and some of the minor characters play a part in that, and it's a kind of separate little story. Very short, and it's free, and click that, you can go and get your free book there, and you can join my subscriber newsletter list there. And The Unfortunate Kingdom, there we go. Let's go to Amazon. There it is, £0, and I really hope you enjoy it, and I'm very grateful for you watching all this all the way through. And if you get it and you like it, please tell your friends and leave a review and do all those lovely things that authors really love, because lots and lots of hard work has gone into this, and I really hope you like this and get to like the whole series. So thank you for watching, and I hope to, and if you've got any questions or anything, just get in touch. In fact, there's a contact form on there. Just email me or fill this in, and let's stay in touch. It's good to talk. Right. Thank you very much, and good night. There we go. Just under 17 minutes in one take. Well done. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Good night.